to my channel. Hope you're all doing well, and if you're still in places where there's a bit of lockdown going on, hope you and family are keeping happy and sane. Sane being kind of the important word there, because yeah, it's definitely testing this time on our kind of mental health. But yeah, I hope you're all very happy and enjoying kind of what you've got available to you. So this video is a two-parter. I wanted to do a new full tour of the playroom and the play space. I did one a really long time ago, maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Obviously it's changed a lot since then. The children have gotten a lot older, so the resources are a bit different. So my play space is designed for 2.5-year-old-ish. So I say 2 to 2.5, maybe 2 to 3, that kind of thing. But yeah, my daughter's 2.5. So yeah, I wanted to do a full tour of the playroom again, so you can see every resource that we have, how it's laid out, why it's laid out the way it is. Because it's a full tour, it's quite a long video, so I split it into two, and that will hopefully help you kind of manage it better if you haven't got kind of half an hour to watch in one go. So this will be the first video, and I'll post the next video in a few days. So yeah, if you're kind of new to Montessori, or if you've got a 2-year-old and you're looking for new ideas to how to lay out your play space, if you want to maybe reshuffle and you want just a bit of inspiration, then this video is perfect for that. I'll give you the links to all of the resources that we have. I tend to follow Montessori and a little bit of kind of Waldorf. I like open-ended options, and my daughter's really into small world play, so I've kind of followed her lead there and introduced lots of open-ended kind of options for that type of play. She loves to use her imagination. She's not much of a kind of sit-down construct type person. She's a lot more kind of active with her imagination. So yeah, I'll show you around what we've got, and hopefully give you some ideas. And as I said, look out for part 2. We're posting that in a few days. In order so you don't miss it, then don't forget to subscribe below, and then you'll be notified when that one's up as well, because you're going to want to see the whole video, not just half the video. You want to see the full playroom to get a full picture of kind of what we've got going on here. And just one last thing, when I refer to children, I do mean children because I'm a childminder. I'm a mum to one, but I childmind as well. So the play space is designed for multiple children, but luckily at the moment my children are all the same kind of age, so they're kind of 2-ish. So yeah, I don't have to kind of separate into kind of baby area and whatever at the moment anyway. But I'm not childminding at the moment, so I don't actually feel much like a childminder right now. I haven't childminded for about 2 months maybe, and it's not looking like I'm going to go back to work just yet. So yeah, it's just me and my daughter, which I'm enjoying, but I'm also kind of looking forward to getting stuck back in, and yeah, just kind of getting back into my kind of normal childminder life really. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. So yeah, enjoy my video, and yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to start on this side. This side is kind of more in line with Montessori, in that we have Montessori materials kind of laid out in trays, set out a particular way to be used in a particular way. So not kind of in line with more open-ended stuff. This is more kind of tray work. So I'll show you what we've got here at the moment. So as I mentioned before, my daughter is 2.5, and yeah, so this is all kind of stuff that she's working on. Most of this shelf is fine motor, to be honest, in various forms, and then helps with learning particular things, and I'll show you kind of what I mean by that. So at the bottom here is a matching activity. She loves these matching activities, and this is kind of in line with spring because we're exploring a lot of mini beasts at the moment, and bugs because we've got loads going on in the garden. So yeah, I kind of thought I'd get her an activity in line with what she's kind of interested in. I find if you set up activities around their interests, you're more likely to be kind of successful. And what I mean by successful is more engagement, which is kind of what we want with our children. We don't want an empty playroom that they're just not playing with. I mean, obviously you have days like that and even weeks like that. It's just children really. They just kind of they do what they want to do, and it's all about following the child and kind of letting them decide how they want to play. So yeah, I kind of like my playroom, and Mia likes it too. And we do have weeks where she just isn't interested in any shelf work, and that's totally fine. You know, she wants to play in the garden all day, every day, doing more sensory stuff, and that's just kind of children for you really, and that's totally okay as well. But yeah, I kind of gone off track now, but yeah, we've got this matching activity. So you've got the cards there, nice beautiful spider, and then she has to find the little figure and put it on the right card. This is more kind of a language activity really, because she's learning the names of all these different creatures and bugs and things, and she can also see the words, so it's kind of introducing her to new words and letters, and kind of recognizing new letters and things like that, because obviously she's pre-reading at the moment. So yeah, it's a fun activity, and I love this because these are real life pictures. Even though the figures obviously aren't real life, they look pretty good, to be honest. I'm quite happy with the kind of quality of these. I'll link these below for you. But yeah, these are great because there's some things here that we just don't talk about, like geckos. Like we don't have those in our country, in the garden, so she's never likely to come across them. And termites and a locust, that we don't really see these around, so it's good for her to learn kind of names of animals and bugs that that she's not really going to see every day. It's kind of a new language opportunity for her. So this is just a threading activity. So I got these plastic needles, and then I kind of threaded some string through there, and I've tied it up just to make it easier. When she gets a bit older, I'll probably untie that and she can learn to thread it herself, and then it's more of a problem solving thing, so if it comes off she'll know how to kind of fix it and get it working again. And then at the end I've just put one of these cotton reels, and I've tied it up just to stop anything she puts on there from coming off, because that's going to be really frustrating if that happens. And then I've just got various different pieces with holes in. This was actually a noughts and crosses activity, which was also a threading activity, but it was on a wooden pole. That was when she was a bit younger, and now she's a bit older. I've kind of scaled it up really to make it a little bit more challenging for her, because obviously that's a smaller hole, and then it's more, you know, bendy and windy, so it makes it a bit more challenging to get it on and push it all the way to the bottom. Yeah, so she can make things like that. We usually make little necklaces with these. Well, I say little, really chunky necklaces, and then we'll kind of put them on. She doesn't play with that too much, to be honest. She's not much of a threading girl, but it's there anyway. Here I've just got, I don't know why that's in there. Here I've just got some nature finds. When we've been out walking, I've just got some bits that we found. Again, this is more of a language basket, so she can learn the names of them, like a feather and bark, and then it's more sensory as well, so she can feel how they feel and the weight and all that kind of thing. We've got some blossom here, which is actually starting to dry, which is kind of cool. And then buttercups as well. So there's lots of things in nature that you can bring home and just leave there for them to explore and kind of learn more language really. This is like again, it's more of like a matching activity. So she's interested in numbers, so this is more about number recognition. So she'll grab one of these pieces, and then she has to match it up with the number and post it through the hole. That's simple as that, but it's really cool because it gets them more kind of engaged in numbers. It's not just like pointing to them or for example just seeing them in her environment. She's actually actively having to match them up and post them through the hole. This comes with loads of different banners like this. So there's animals, there's all sorts of different ones that she can match up, shapes. So yeah, it's kind of it's great because it's not limiting. So when she's kind of learnt those, I'll change it and we can do something different, like shapes or whatever, and start introducing her to different shapes that she doesn't already know. But yeah, I've only had this probably a couple of days, and she's really enjoying it. This is, this is a fine motor kind of transferring activity. So I put 2 types of tongs in here. These are little ladybirds. It's a little bit challenging for her, but she does like a challenge. So yeah, even challenging for me. Yeah, so we've got little tongs, and then she can transfer them and pop them, oh no, it won't come off, in the little tub. And then we've got the bigger tongs if she wants to use those instead. So just give her a couple of different options. I actually started off as kind of a counting activity. So I did these cards that I made with the number on the back. And then it was for her to kind of get the little pieces and then use them for counting. She wasn't really interested in that, so I kind of changed it up a bit and changed it to more of a transferring activity. But yeah, if your child is interested in counting, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on counting boards, because they can, you know, if you get wooden ones, they can be quite expensive. And then if you find your child isn't that interested in them, then you kind of feel like, oh, I've just wasted a bit of money there. Then you can easily make these, just cut out some cards. You can use anything. You can, if they're interested in bees, you can use bees or spiders. They're really easy things, you know, as adults to draw. So you shouldn't have any problem kind of doing something like this. Yeah, so it goes all the way up to 10. It's like up to 10 ladybirds. But yeah, whatever they're interested in, you can try and kind of like build it around their interests. So she's really into ladybirds and bugs, because everything is kind of bug themed at the moment. And then up here we've got a what do you call these? These are the pegboards. Yeah, so these little pegs. Again, it's a fine motor. They have to use their kind of pincer grip to get it in the hole. They can make all sorts of colours. They can match up the colours or patterns or whatever. So that's one of those. I'll link all of these below for you. This is like a little shape puzzle. It came without this background on, but I drew that on there and stuck it in just to make it easier for her initially to know where they go. And then as this gets more easier, I'll probably take the back out, and then she can kind of remember where all the pieces go. Yeah, so you just get the pieces and then put it in where it goes. She can learn the names of these shapes as well, so there's lots of learning opportunities there. And then just another puzzle. So she started off with puzzles using the pegs, and then as that got less challenging, I started to introduce these kind of wooden puzzles where she has to match up and put them together. They can be a little bit challenging, so she's learning to kind of pick it up, put it on top, and then push down to get it in place. And then yeah, we've got a couple of different ones of these. So that's that shelf. This is, as I said, this is more kind of shelf work for her, more fine motor type stuff. So then this side is more open-ended materials. So at the top here we've got her tree house, which I made, and there's a tutorial on it in my video list, so if you want to know how I made it, then just have a look back. Yeah, so she loves this. She's really into small world play and role play and that kind of thing, imaginative type stuff. So she plays with this all the time. It's probably the most played with thing in our playroom. So I've got little kind of peg dolls here. These are little birds. That's a puffin. And then lots of different just kind of pegs. Got one with a little baby which we made. And then lots of little peg people and birds and things over here, little puppets. So yeah, she just uses these for kind of small world play. And then we've got a wooden plane. And then down here, we've got some more kind of peg people, some loose parts like grappat and mandala pieces in there. And then I've got a little tinker tray with just some little loose parts in. We've got some giant buttons, some little glass pebbles here. We've got some of these little cups for where the peg people can go into, which I painted. We've got some more kind of grappat pieces here. And then it's just a bit of mineral there. And then we've got these little kind of semi-spheres in different colours. So lots of little loose parts that she can use kind of open-ended however she wishes, really. Got a little box that she can use for filling, or she's put a little peg people in there. And then this is just a photo cube. Obviously, because we're in quarantine, we can't really see our family, so we've just got kind of a few pictures there of her that she can have a look at. So down here we've got a big basket of animals and dinosaurs, all sorts of animals in here. Again, she uses these for kind of role plays, imaginative play, and lots of different animals. She absolutely loves these dinosaurs. Her favourite thing to play with, Dinosaur on Wheels. Very appropriate. And then we've got a big basket of kind of trains and train track and little cars and things in there. Oh, I can't get it back in. Then over here she's got her doctor bag. She likes to play doctor. And then which has, I'll show you actually. It's by La Toy Van, and it's got lots of different things in here, like little medicine bottle, like a stethoscope. It's got all sorts of doctor stuff in there. I really liked it because it came with I like the bag, it looks really cool, and it came with a like blood pressure monitor thing, which I thought was kind of cool. And this is like just her little play basket really. She's got hats in here, she's got little crowns that we've made, and silks for like dancing and play and all that type of stuff. So really kind of more of a creative type open-ended area. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 and got some inspiration and ideas. As I said, all the links to part 1 will be down below, so do check those out. Do like my video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Also, I've got an Instagram which I show lots of more kind of day-to-day activities that we do, ideas, all centered around kind of child-led play and lots of nature play, open-ended learning, that kind of thing. Just kind of following the child, just to show you really, it doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be kind of lessons or lots of prep. It's really easy if you want it to be. So my Instagram is Mimi's Toddler Playhouse, so do check it out and follow me on there. So yeah, the next video I'll be posting in a few days, so just look out for that. And yeah, thanks for watching again, and have a fabulous day.